Yeah, it's 6:30. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by the annual notice of the regular scheduled meetings in the municipal council for the year 2022, which was published as a legal advertisement in the Herald News and the Record on December 11th, 2021. Further notice of this meeting was given on Friday prior to the meeting by the posting set of notice on the bulletin board at City Hall and on the City of Clifton website, which notice stated that formal action may or not be taken on matters that become before the municipal council. Roll call.
Councilman Eagler? Councilman Gibson?
Here.
Councilman Grabowski?
Here.
Councilwoman Murphy?
Here.
Councilwoman Pino?
Here.
Councilman Sedgwick?
Here.
Mayor Insaldi?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Mayor, before we start tonight, could we have, or I don't know if you want to do it at the 8 o'clock meeting, a moment of silence for the people who died in the fire? I think we've neglected to do that at the last meeting.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you want to do it now or
Yeah, why don't
then.
we do it now? We usually do the silence here. So why don't we stand in memory of those people who lost their lives, the 3 people? Okay, may they rest in peace.
May they rest in peace.
Okay, we have a lot of action items. We're a couple added on around the table. Okay, action item 1 is the CFO recommends a budget transfer.
Move it, please.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Action item 2, cancel balances of certain capital projects.
Move it.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. A3 is Gregory Avenue sanitary sewer replacement.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. A4 is roof truss repairs to the DBW. There's something else in camera. Is that something we should hold, or?
You can, vote. I mean, the resolution will be after the closed session, so we'll.
Okay,
we'll be
okay, so,
You can say
so,
subject to confidential.
okay, so can we have a motion on this then?
I'll move it, Mayor.
Mayor, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead, question?
Okay, so this, where is this money coming from?
It's 145,000.
It's probably capital. I think this was in the capital list when the bond committee gave it to us. I'm pretty sure the trust was in there, I remember.
Mr. Mayor, in the resolution, the CFO signed off and he provided an account number where the money's being paid from.
Okay, do you have that?
I don't know what that account
Okay.
actually, it just gives the account number.
Okay,
Mayor, through you to the city
go
manager.
ahead.
Unfortunately, for almost 4 years, I've been asking for the name of the account to be listed as well as the account. So I hope we begin the new year with the CFO having both the name of the account and the number to avoid questions, and we'll answer a lot of the questions. And I do have also a question. Is this the new building?
No.
No, this is the old, the 307, this has been done over the years, and when you have one of these truss roofs, you have to do this every 5 to 10 years, you have to have it inspected, then they sometimes find something wrong, you have to have it fixed up.
So this is the main garage where the mechanics are in. And it looks sort of like a bowling alley roof, if you're familiar with it. Some of the truss structures, members, have been compromised. So that what we're doing is we're sistering up or supporting those ones that are failing with the new system. Does that explain it?
Question, Mayor, through you. Are they failing because of snow load? Why are they failing?
Well, it's just over the years.
What are they, wood or?
Wood.
Wood, it's wood. It's a barrel roof, it's commonly called a barrel roof. I think the biggest time that we ever had real problems was when the flour mill had the big explosion. I don't know, I guess that's 25 years ago. And the wall on the DBW also had to be repaired, but their insurance, I believe, paid for everything back then.
We need a second on that.
Second.
No, you made the motion.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Hearing no objections, so ordered. Okay, A5 is Schulteis Farm parking
Move it for
improvements.
discussion purposes only.
Second.
Discussion?
You know, we all know I'm a big supporter of City Green and Schulteis Farm, but to pave a parking lot is $379,859?
It's not just paving, Councilwoman. This entails is removing the existing concrete, providing a base course, and then paving the top with an impervious type of an asphalt. So it's sort of like a specialty type of a material. And
Right.
what it does is the pavement allows water to percolate through it.
I understand that, but impervious also, I believe, is at least 30% more than the typical asphalt, isn't it?
Well, actually, it is more costly. It's more costly to put down. But you also, and I have said this before, we're losing contractors from bidding on our jobs. If you notice, even the most recent, we only get one bidder. So it's becoming tough to do business in Clifton with these contractors, and the costs have certainly risen over the past few years.
And I do not recall the bond committee approving this amount of money for this parking lot. So that's another concern to me. So I would like to table this until it's shown where the money is coming from, and the bond committee also approved it, because I don't believe they did. We did. I'm on the bond committee.
And this was through a grant that they received.
Well, a grant, how much is the grant? It's for $379,000? It doesn't say that in the resolution. It says the resolution, the certificate of funds is available in account number 02-213-40724-508. It doesn't say anything that this is being paid with a grant. So I make a motion to table until we have further explanation.
Motion is made and seconded to table. Any objections? So ordered. A6 is Oak Ridge Park improvements.
Move it.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. A7 is Pearlbrook Third River, the drainage study.
Move it only for discussion purposes. And I do apologize because I did,
Wait, I didn't get a second yet.
oh, sorry.
Second.
Thank you. Mayor, through you to the city manager. And I should have asked for it, and I apologize, I didn't. I got sidetracked today with a lot of things going on. But this contract was awarded in the amount of $45,800. They are now looking for a change order for an additional $38,189.90. That's an 83% increase. And I believe, and they're saying that there were additional things done, like the questionnaire to the residents. Well, I remember talking about that from day one. Conducting a walkthrough through the project. How could engineers not do a walkthrough if they're coming up with, and again, this was, from my recollection, everything that was in the original award. So again, I apologize for not getting it and asking for it before, but until we see that original bid, I would like to make a motion to table this because this is outrageous.
Second.
Can we have a roll call on that, because I don't feel I should want to table.
Councilman Eagle?
I'm sorry, I also have a question, Mayor.
We can't, it's a motion to table, there's no discussion, okay? So I just want to ask for a roll call.
Ready? Councilman Eagle? Councilman Gibson?
Yes.
Councilman Kabowski?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pino?
No.
Councilman Sedgwick?
Yes.
Mayor Rinaldi?
No.
Vote is 4 yes, 3 no. It's tabled.
Okay, A8 is improvements to the park.
Move it.
Is there a second? I didn't hear a second.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. A9 is Authorization to approve purchase one new sewer camera truck.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. 810 is authorization to approve purchase of one Caterpillar Model 908.
Move it.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. 11 is authorization to approve purchase one 9-yard truck-mounted sewer cleaner.
Move it.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. 812 is authorization to approve purchase one 2023 Chevrolet Suburban.
Move it.
Second.
I have a couple of questions. This is a couple of vehicles, two for the building department at $41,682 each. Do we really need two new ones? What are we replacing them with?
This one is for the animal control, I think, right?
It says
Number
code
12?
official. It's, what I'm reading, it says the code official of the building department has obtained
No,
quotes.
number 12 says Department of Health Animal Control Unit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm
12.
Yeah, I
sorry.
think it's the next
Sorry.
one, or
I'm
what,
sorry.
that's someplace down the
No, no,
line.
that's fine, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I was on purpose.
Motion is made in second, hearing no objection, so ordered. A13, authorization to approve purchase of 5 new 2023 Dodge Durangos.
Move it for discussion purposes.
Second.
Discussion?
The code official is saying they need 2 new vehicles. Again, I don't remember this being on discussing this. And what is the year the vehicles we're replacing now? And additionally, the fire chief has requested 3 new vehicles. And again, what are we replacing them with? Can we push this out any further? Again, we know we face a difficult year, a very difficult year coming in. And again, I don't remember having this on. And if we're replacing them, how old are the vehicles we're replacing? So until we have some answers, I'd like to make a motion to table that.
Second.
Motion made in second to table. Any objections? So ordered. Okay, so the next one is 14. Authorization to approve supplies and equipment from
Move it.
W.W. Granger.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. 15 is authorization to approve advertisement to procure 2024 ambulances.
Second.
Mr. Valano, Mayor, through you to the city manager, this was we discussed this in the bond committee, correct? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
I have a question, Mayor.
Question?
Can this come under ARPA?
What was your I can't hear.
Can this come under ARPA?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, hearing no objections, so ordered. 16 is authorization to approve award of professional medical services.
Move it.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. 17 is authorization to approve procurement of regular unleaded gas.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
I have a question,
Question?
and I am typically not in favor of this council voting on anything that starts in 2023, but obviously we need gas. So I know you're smiling, yes, I agree, you can't drive on air. But my concern is, why are we doing it, if my recollection is correct, at the same figure that we budgeted last year, since gas has been up significantly? So that should be at a higher amount.
Councilwoman, are you referring to the 350,000 that
Yes.
we're asking? Well, that's an initial, we're going into a temporary budget, so we're not putting for the full amount. Typically, what we do is put a certain 25, 26% of the cost. In this case,
the-
it's a little higher than 26%.
But the cost is higher than 26% because there were 2 transfers into the gas account, if I recall, because the price had increased
The
so
cost
much.
went up, yes.
The price is the lowest now that it's been in a long time in New Jersey.
I'm sorry, Councilwoman.
The price of gasoline right now is the lowest it's been in a long
It's-
time in New Jersey.
correct, it's
Hopefully
going
it
down.
Stays that way.
Okay.
Still higher than it was.
So we have 17, we have a motion made and seconded. Is there any objections? So ordered. A18 is approval of procurement of ultra-low diesel,
Move it.
ultra-low sulfur diesel.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. 19 is authorization to approve storage garage for engine 1.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Mayor, this is to rescind the order, right?
rescind it.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, we,
what
if you
happened?
recall, we wanted to place the order as long as they could have the building to us by this month. We were told that it was absolutely not possible, so at this point, there's really no need. But there's still a need, because we had to move the engine to Station 6, but we're making do without this building for now.
there's no room to leave it on the east side of the city garage or anything?
The thing is, no, there's no room to put it at the, if you're saying at the DPW, Mayor?
Yeah, I'm just saying, because
No,
it'd be on the east
no,
side where that
it's,
truck would normally be.
It's, the garages are pretty well filled.
Okay,
And these engines are being used, so we cannot place them, somewhere where we have to go get the engine to respond to the fire.
yeah, that's true, there wouldn't be no housing there,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah, that makes
So-
sense, okay.
Mayor, through you to the city manager, speaking of, and this
It's
leads.
Firehouse One?
How'd
How
you
did I
read?
read your mind?
that's good.
I
I'm
went
glad.
there again. The fire station repairs are moving along. We're still on schedule for, we're looking at a February reopening. All the, like I said, everything was framed out. They were working on the AC, the ductwork, finishing up the electrical. But from what I saw, things are moving along, and we should be ready within a month.
Thank you.
Unforeseen circumstances may delay it.
Thank you.
Okay, A20 is renewal of insurance.
I'll move it since we need insurance.
Hearing no
Second.
objections, so ordered.
Oh, I do have one question, though. I'm sorry, that, Mayor, through you to the city manager, is this a increase? If so, how much?
Nick, I could field that. Councilman, I have it in front of me. It's 12.3% increase roughly. And there was just one thing I wanted to bring to your attention. I discussed it with the city manager before the meeting. The broker recommended considering additional coverage over and above the 10 million total. So we got a quote for an extra 5 million broken down into $1 million increments up to 5 million. Because we don't know where we stand with the budget. We could add this at any time, but once we take a look at the budget, we'll probably put something on to see if the council wants to purchase any additional insurance.
Well, I think we need to look at the budget first, too. Thank you.
Okay, so motion is made and second, hearing no objections, so ordered. A21 is authorization to approve health insurance.
Move it. Second.
This, by the way, is a big win for us because everybody's getting like 20-some% increase, and this is almost nothing. It's wonderful. Wonderful for us, wonderful for the employees, too, because they pay now. A22 is authorization to approve limousine license.
Move it.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. A23 is authorization to approve renewal of another license.
I have a question on 23 through 35. Are these renewals that begin next year, or when do they begin?
They begin January 1st. They all expire December 31st.
Okay, thank you.
Motion is made and second, hearing no objections, so ordered. 27 is authorization to approve renewal of builder's license.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered.
We missed a few, I think.
And, ooh, I think I passed them out way off. Yeah, okay, they're upside down. A28 is authorization to renewal of a vending license.
Move it.
What number, Mayor? 828, you said?
A28, yes.
What happened to 826 and 7? I think we skipped some.
Okay, maybe, did I? Okay, I don't think,
Can we make a motion to approve A22 through A35?
yeah, I think you can, yeah. They're all renewal
Second.
licenses.
Thank you.
Thank you for correcting me there.
Thank you.
To 35, right? That makes it easier. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay, A36 is authorization to purchase lead paint analyzer.
Move that, Mayor.
Second.
Here, no objections, so ordered. 8037 is authorization to approve supplemental expenditure for E EMSL.
Move that also, Mayor.
Okay, hearing no objections, so ordered. A38 is Dudiak Park Playground replacement.
Move it.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. A39 is Dudiak Memorial Park Safety Surface.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. A40 is Fire Department Radio Infrastructure Project.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. I think there's one more.
Mr. Valano, please confirm that this was discussed in the bond committee. I believe it was.
Which one?
Radio.
The radios, yes, that's
think
been
the radios
discussed. Yes.
Okay, thank you, because it is a fair amount of money.
A41 is resolution authorizing and ratifying payments for North Jersey Friendship House. That's the cleaning service.
Move it.
Second.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay, so next is council mail. Any council mail? Yeah, okay, I was just gonna, I just have misordered my list here, okay. Discussion items is fine, we can start with discussion items, go ahead. Discussion item 1 is Third River flooding issue.
Mr. Valano, do you want to give the public, from what I'm reading, it seems that four properties have been approved for Blue Acres
For
funding?
buyout, yes.
Right, for buyout.
That's why I provided you with this memo, is that I believe there were more, but only...
There were more. If you
Looks like
look at the
4 got
memo,
approved.
Yes,
there were
4 are definitely on the Blue Acres list, and they qualify for a buyout, so...
The properties that, for the public's edification, the properties that Blue Acres has agreed to participate in the Blue Acres buyout program is 30 Woodlawn Avenue, 9 Kennedy Court, 87 Edwards, and 77 Edwards Road. But when I look at the list, there were so many other properties. Do we have any idea why they were rejected from Blue Acres?
Or it could be that the property owner didn't apply. Because what I did is, when we learned of this, if you remember, there was a series of grants that were promised to these municipalities. I put an email and notices out to all of those residents affected, and I encouraged them to go and sign up for this program, because whether they need it or not, they're on the list and they will be eligible for the buyout. And out of, I think 1 or 2 has dropped off the list, so out of the 14, I believe it was, just these 4 have advanced to this point.
So, Nick, that means the ones that say additional properties for Blue Acres consideration are the ones that they did not approve then?
No.
It would be Churchill Drive, Robin Hood Road, Witherspoon, Edwards, McLean, Edwards Road, Churchill. Looks like there's another one on Pearlbrook, a couple more on Edwards Road, a couple more on Woodlawn, and one on Grove Street. I think that one on Grove Street, I think that floods every time. I'm surprised they didn't approve that.
Mayor, through you. It also says for the public that there are actually 96 properties across 20 municipalities and 8 counties, which were included in the Blue Acres funding request. So it was way more than Clifton. Of course, that's the one we're concerned with, but it is possible that down the road, some of those other ones could get approved, correct, Nick?
Yes, there is a possibility, that's correct.
I think there's a lot of people that are hoping that, whatever the city does is going to make it better in the neighborhood, and they don't want to lose their houses. So many people have said that they don't want to lose their houses.
Mayor, through you to the city manager. Okay, these 4 properties have been approved. What's the next step, if there is a next step? Is there a time frame that these properties, that this buyout is eligible for? And is there anything that we as the city have to do as well as the homeowners?
At this juncture, then the next step will be taken by the Blue Acres people. The first step was to gather all the information, see what properties qualify. Again, Mr. Mayor, whether the property owner wants to sell or not, I don't think that should, I think if they're in that area where they flood and they've been impacted by the flooding, I would sign up regardless of whether they want to be considered or not. So at least you're on the list. So I encourage everyone that lives in that area, if you've suffered damage, apply for the the Blue Acres funding. Ultimately, the Blue Acres folks will do a review, and the next step is really to determine which of those properties get the money.
Mayor, through you to the city manager. But a question, you're telling people now to apply, but wasn't there a time frame that they had to apply by?
There was, but I believe they're still eligible to apply. Because right now, they're going into the next phase, which will determine which properties are ultimately going to
So we're
qualify.
sure that people still can apply?
I believe it says it in the email, if I
Okay.
remember correctly. Yeah.
And what is the time frame? And is it possible for the city to let these properties know that they are, with a letter sent to them to say that you still have time, should you wish to apply for this?
If that's the council, like I said, I did warn all of the residents within the area to make this application. If the council directs me, I will certainly send another mail or notice to all those residents, just to let them know.
Nick, the second ones on the list, the ones that say additional properties for Blue Acres consideration, did those people apply? And they got rejected, and only the ones on top,
Don't know.
No, I don't think that's the case, Mayor. I think
Oh,
what
okay,
they-
I don't know, because it doesn't say.
Well, so what the policy or the protocol is that they look to those properties that suffered damage both to the interior of the structure, basement got flooded, those kind of things. And those four are definitely qualifying. Those four that are listed have definitely suffered damage during the past few hurricanes. The point is that many other properties are either higher in elevation or it just reached the first floor level. And my suggestion would be that you lucked out this time, the next storm you may not. So I guess what I'm saying is make the application, and all the Blue Acres people could say is, no, you don't qualify. But I would put my name out there if you suffer any kind of damage and you don't want to be considered.
Well, then, if it requires action by the council, I would be in favor of you sending a notice, I mean, it could be a form letter to all these properties, to make sure they're aware that they can still apply. Because a lot of people, it is the holiday season, a lot of people aren't watching TV now or see this. I don't see a reporter from the Herald News here. So in fairness to these properties, I think we should send out a notice to let them know that there is still time should they want to apply for Green Acres funding. Yeah, if it requires a motion, so be it.
Second.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. Nick, the other thing is this map with the pink outlines. Does that mean that that's the only area that would be considered for the Blue Acres proposed acquisitions? Or is that the picture of the acquisitions that they're proposing?
What you see
Because
those...
I'm looking at
Those are the
McLean,
places, no?
Right. So
and,
can I respond?
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So what you see in pink boxes, supposedly those are houses that were within those areas that do qualify. But again, not everyone submitted.
Okay, so that's what I'm
application.
saying. So those are really important people that we should let know that their neighbors approved, the 4 or 5 of them, but you're also there. I think 12 McLean is Joni's old house down that street there?
I believe he's high enough, McLean, no, I'm thinking of Woodlawn.
Because, like, I know where, like, 20.
Oh, McLean.
I think it would be over the little bridge.
Yeah, that house is high enough. And if you remember from the drone flight that has a wall on both sides, so that the stream is channelized through that area.
Okay. But it's on that list that says 12 McLean. That's what just threw me off. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the discussion, I guess, and we're going to send letters. Okay. Okay, then we have council mail. Anything on? Go ahead, number 4.
This is the heat issue at Maine Memorial Library.
Yes?
Let me just turn to it so I can have it, I'm sorry. I find my, this heat was just replaced, I believe, in 2019.
19.
Right, so isn't it under warranty? And is it the lack of availability of the unit to replace it with?
Well, that's what we're looking into. Typically, these units are warranted for 5, 10 years. So to fail within 3 years, that's certainly I think it was a crack or in the cast iron. So that's uncommon. That seems to be a manufacturer's warranty failure. But more importantly, the material and equipment is difficult to get. But at a minimum, we should bringing in a temporary type of a unit, like we did here at City Hall to...
I could give a little bit update.
Yeah.
They're going to start putting temporary unit in tomorrow.
Right.
Because, the weather's been pretty good, but not this weekend, so they're
Yeah.
it's costing them $30-some thousand to do, but they have to do it. Can't freeze the building up, then it'll be costing them millions.
Right, because it gets catapulted
There is
to
an argument
freezing
with
and
the
things like that.
manufacturer, and they're also getting quotes, and also the city's insurance has been helping them a little bit now, too.
Yeah.
Our liability insurance.
Again, Mr. Mayor, this is something that we need to push on the manufacturer because
Right,
these
exactly
things
right.
don't fail within 3 years.
No,
Not this
it's definitely
catastrophic
not.
failure.
I think the insurance company could put some pressure on them, because they don't, the insurance company doesn't want to pay out, I'm sure,
Mayor, through you
This is
to the city
ridiculous.
manager. Nick, this was done through PSE&G's direct install program. So you're
That's my
telling me that PSE&G doesn't have this equipment? Has anybody reached out to the head of PSE&G?
I have not, no.
PSE&G, they have this program, but private contractors do the work for them.
Right.
So it's the contractor and the manufacturer.
But the warranty will be from the manufacturer of the boiler.
Right, exactly
But
right.
we pay PSE&G for this, correct? Isn't it a program where PSE&G, like in my house, say I wanted to replace my boiler through PSE&G. PSE&G hires somebody, but I pay PSE&G, correct? Who's the bill? Who paid the bill? PSE&G? We paid to PSE&G or a private contractor?
It was probably paid through capital
PS
too, right, Bill? Nick, on this one, probably most likely capital, because this is an expensive thing.
Man, I know it was bid out, but I wasn't
capital.
involved in the actual process of
No,
taking
no.
bids and watching over the
No, no,
construction.
it's
So I really,
almost-
I would not be, I'll be
And-
talking out of line if I...
And is the warranty, does it cover the entire cost of this? Have we looked at it? Has any legal looked at the warranty?
So this really just came to our attention the other day. We've been working with the insurance broker because there's a possibility that in addition to the warranty, we may have some boiler coverage that we're investigating, but I don't have an update as of now.
Okay, I'm a bit confused. This has been going on since mid-November. So how is it now that we are just hearing about this? I mean, having no heat when it goes below freezing with pipes is a dangerous thing. It can cause a lot more damage than what is happening. So I'm glad to hear that we have temporary heaters going in there because, and I see what you say about not draining the lines because then our fire alarm doesn't work. But it's going to get real cold real fast. This could cost millions if a pipe breaks, if we don't drain something.
Why the temporary heat is being put in, it's to make sure that doesn't happen. And meanwhile, the Allwood Library is working at full capacity.
And our
More than
DPW
full
director is
capacity.
involved as well, so.
So, Mr. Mayor, once we were made aware of that the heat went down, we, the city, offered our assistance to the library to try to get this back on track, and more importantly, get the building heated because we don't want the pipes to freeze.
Correct.
At the next meeting, can you give us a follow-up, please? Again, who was paid? Was it PSE&G? Was it a private contractor? And how much did we pay in 2019? And does the warranty issue cover the entire cost? And now you're saying something about insurance coverage. But obviously, we're putting insurance coverage, but if we're covered through the entire program, there's no need to put in insurance coverage because the last thing we need is for our rates to go up. So if we can get a follow-up on that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
The concept of asking the insurance company for help is that, the insurance company, the adjusters, they don't want to pay out. So they might push the manufacturer a little more. I'm not really familiar with them. I was in the business for a long time, but I'm not familiar with this company. The buildings have huge boilers, so much bigger than anything we ever see in our houses, and they're usually put together on scene. So it's a big project when they have to do it too. So it'll be interesting if they come through. Okay, that's all we can go to confidentials.
Whereas the municipal council deems it essential in the furtherance of the public interest to discuss in closed session as expressly permitted by NJSA 10:4-12, the following subjects to wit: CON1, Anzaldi Park improvement bids, legal opinion; CON2, Dwaz Line Road sidewalk project, potential litigation; CON3, DXC Technology Company versus City of Clifton tax appeal; CON4, Fire Department Antenna License Agreement negotiations, MSU and Daughters of Miriam; CON5, Roof Truss repairs bids, legal opinion. Now therefore be it resolved that the public should be excluded from that portion of the council's meeting to be held on December 20th, 2022, at which time said subject shall be discussed. And be it further resolved that discussion held at such closed session can be disclosed to the public on or about the time the matter is concluded.
I have a quick question before we go into executive session. Mayor, through you to the attorney. Mr. Piori, our newly elected council members are able to receive their packet before they're sworn in because they've been certified by the county. Are they able also to sit into executive session?
No, what we normally do, though, is an update for them immediately prior to the first meeting to let them know what major issues are going on.
By law, are they able to sit in executive session?
They haven't been sworn in yet, so no.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
I think over the years, those couple meetings before, even when we had the May elections, we always used to give the packet to the council, just for them to get, informed what's happening.
They get the packet without the confidentials. This has come up before.
I thought everybody got packets last time.
Don't remember.
Yeah, I
4
think
years
so.
ago.
I don't know. It's been so long for me, I don't remember.
Can I have a motion for executive session?
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Okay, I'm going to suggest, why don't we do two first?